All right, guys, we're back, and we have a Hall of Forms coming in T-minus 1 hour and 22 minutes, basically. So cutting this real close to the wire, but here we go. These are going to be the upcoming Hall of Forms units, and there's a lot of refine gambling to be had here. Basically, all of these units are coming up on refines, some closer than others. For example, this female Brave Robin, her refine is going to be in August, and there's not really any telling if they're going to be good or not. Sometimes the Brave refines hit, but other times they just fall completely flat. Like the last set of Brave refines we got with Corin and Sorin and stuff, those guys really got done dirty. So I'm not sure what to expect for this Robin when she gets refined. As far as which ones I think you may want to gamble on, I think the two duo heroes are probably your best bet. Like, Chrom Dev is out of his mind. Chrom Dev has hit, like, OP levels of Chromness basically every release. And Cordelia, I think, has a good shot, too, just because she's a flying melee type, and those units are in a really good spot right now, given what kind of passives you can get on them. So if I had to rank them in order of priority, I would say probably Chrom in first, Cordelia in second. I would say Robin in third, and then Tharja in last. But as far as which ones of these are going to be immediately the most useful, I would say probably Cordelia shoots up to number one, and then either Robin or Tharja up next. They both have some really good utility that they can bring to the table, and then Chrom would be in last place at the moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at these units here. Let's take a look at some builds and skills you want to inherit onto them in Hall of Forms. So we'll start things off with Chrom. These two bros right there, bros in love. So the weapon you want to go for is Horsebow. That's the one from the New Year Sedgar. It's a pretty good weapon. It gives you 20 points of true damage, 10 points of DR, and then a Crux exposure debuff on the enemies, along with stat drops on them as well. So right now it's just way better than his own weapon. The only unique good thing about his own weapon is when he pops an assist, he cooldown pulses himself and the target ally. Like, that can still be kind of useful. But as far as the stats go, it really is not even in the same vicinity as the Horsebow. So that's the one you want to get. As far as the assist goes, you can go for any of the gate skills: Reposition Gate, Swap Gate, Drawback Gate. Whichever one tickles your fancy the best. I would say Reposition Gate because it's the most similar to his own unique special, or his own unique passive, his assist. I got that wrong twice in a row, man. Yeah, his assist, it's okay. I mean, the sucky thing is that the bonus action that he gets from his assist is on the assist itself. It's not on his weapon. So when he gets refined, that's not going to be a part of his weapon, and that means you're probably going to be stuck with his assist, which it's not bad. It's just reposition with an extra action, which technically I guess is better than Reposition Gate. But the thing is, when you run Reposition Gate, you gain access to echo skills with him. So it's really going to be a pick your pony kind of thing. Would you rather get an echo skill, or would you rather go ahead and run his own unique assist, and then you get access to a different ring as well? So here you would go with the Micaiah ring, because that would give him an extra action off the assist. But you could go ahead and run Lin ring, or any of the other good rings, like Corin ring would be pretty solid on him as well. Sigurd ring is pretty good on him. Celica ring would be okay. So it does open up a little bit more possibilities for him. Okay, and then as far as the passives go, Shatterproof is surprisingly, Shatterproof is like actually up there for real. It doesn't work out too well when he pops Grand Strategy, because Shatterproof neutralizes his debuffs. So instead of that, you could also go for Sly Sturdy, which is not too bad of an option as well. That one, if you're initiating combat, then it gives you the attack and defense up 8, and then the extra 5 if you've got bonuses and stuff. But the reason why Shatterproof is because, A, this guy is actually a really good AoE unit. So if you were to give him stuff like Blazing Wind, Blazing Thunder, whichever of those you like the best, he's actually really good at using those, so visible stats help. And then, of course, we've got Instruct on this man, so that just gives even more support based on visible stats. I would say this is probably the way to go. Attack and defense favor, of course, just to give him even more support, which is his main thing that he's trying to go for. And yeah, the special, you would want to go for Waning Shot. Waning Shot and Arc Rival are both really good. It's pretty much just a pick your pony kind of thing. Like, which one do you like best? They're both pretty good. Waning Shot does stat drops on the enemies, but then if you've got color advantage, Arc Rival is probably better. So, yeah, I would say overall Waning Shot, it's probably going to be more consistent, because even if you don't have color advantage, you're still doing stat drops, which is nice. It also has a lower cooldown, which means you can get to it faster. All right, here would be the second build. So this time, close bonus doubler. It sucks that he came out now, because he's going to miss out on that new close skill, close attack, defense, and res bond, which we just got. That would have been really good to give him, actually. But since we can't, then close bonus doubler is going to be the next best thing. Pair up, also a really good skill, and it gives him a lot of DR and a lot of true damage. He's got to be in 3 spaces of an ally, but that shouldn't be a problem, especially if you're going to run the Lin Ring on him, so he can stay close to allies and still get an attack off. And then dual support just for some extra support. I think Instruct is overall better, but dual support does allow your allies to eat well, because it's giving like a Crux style of buff and debuff. So I think dual support is still pretty worthwhile. And then finish for the Sacred Seal, which we don't have to go for visible stats anymore. We're not running Instruct, or possibly an AoE. So the finish skill works out, and then Times Pulse Echo, another good possible Echo skill to go for on this guy. And then I just wanted to show off some other skills you could go for. We talked about Sly Sturdy already. Firm Kanto Curb, pretty obvious. This guy, that was one of the big things about him back in the day, is that he was one of the better users of Kanto Curb, because he's just providing a ton of support, and then there's not really that many units that actually want to run Kanto Curb as an infantry type. So he can definitely put it in with that. And then Execution Breath, again, just another possible B skill for some DPS. Comet's another good special, but I think between Arc Rival and Waning Shot, you're covered. Okay, so that's everything about Chrom. Let's go ahead and move on to Cordelia up next. Now, being a melee flyer comes with a lot of superiority. There's so many good passives to give this unit. Blue Sky Gust should be the go-to bread and butter. Combined with Heavenly Soar, you just have unlimited reach, a ton of damage. You get long Kanto and a bunch of other goodies. And then Deadly Miasma to give the middle finger to Terrain, pretty much. Corrin Ring or Corrin herself or any other annoying unit that's setting up start a turn Terrain. You just reset all of it with Deadly Miasma. It gives you some in-combat bonuses as well, like neutralize enemy bonuses, all stats -5, and some other goodies like that. So pretty good. Blue Skies, the best Sacred Seal, if you can go for it. There's not really another comparable Sacred Seal. So absolutely we're going to be running that any chance we get. If you're going to give her an Echo skill, the one from the Attuned Lachesis, I would say is the one to go for, because possibly gives you Potent 100, which would be great. The one downside to Heavenly Soar versus Air Superiority is that Heavenly Soar does not have Potent. So getting Potent off the Echo skill is definitely going to overall just make Heavenly Soar better. And then it's got True DR, which Air Superiority does not. So that would be that. And then you go for Gale Force Mist or Arc Rival, 2 possible good specials. Unfortunately, Shatter Slash is not going to be available either. That's another really good special. It's basically Waning Shot, but for melee types, where it's doing the stat drops on the foe, and then you get the DR and a ton of true damage. So that would be great if she could get it, but it's not going to be available yet. And then the Edelgard Ring, combined with Gale Force Mist, very dirty combo. You get 3 actions there. So this would be the go-to build. Forged Lance, by the way, is the Wallace Lance. The better Lance, I would say, is actually the Noish Lance. But that's, again, also not going to be available yet in Hall of Forms. So the Wallace Lance is okay. All right, next up, just a different take. It's pretty similar. Like, these two builds are very similar. They're basically just trying to do the same thing. Use the pass and the warp from Air Superiority or Heavenly Soar. Get in, attack the foes, and then reset terrain. But here we're using it with different skills. And then this time we've got Strat Assault, which provides allies with true charge support and then also gives Cordelia +1 movement. And then Crux Echo this time, because we don't really need the other Echo skill from Lachesis, because Air Superiority's already got the Potent on it. And then this time Arc Rival. So, yeah, not really much else to say. It's pretty much the same build, but in a different flavor. And then, just to show off some other possible skills, I went a little overboard, though, and made this an actual build. So Celestial Form is still okay. It's not as good as the other two specials, though. So it's something to keep in mind. Verge of Death, also possible, gives us some raw visible stats for Instruct to work out a lot better. And then Attack and Speed Favor can give support. The reason why this would be an option to go for is because once she gets refined, she's already giving a lot of support. Like, her Harmonic button actually gives really good support. It gives you, what was it again? Treachery, the one that gives you bonus damage based on your active bonuses. So, or blue buffs rather, not active bonuses. So she gives Treachery, and then her weapon gives Dual Strike, which is giving you Brave Attack if you've got an adjacent ally. So it's actually pretty good. Like, depending on what they give her on her refine, something like this might actually be what you want to go for with this unit. So she just stands around supporting, and she doesn't really need to enter combat. She just needs to make your allies look better. So something like that for the refine, if you really want to gamble, I think could be possible. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Robin up next. So the unit who's going to be getting refined in August, pretty close, coming up on that not too long. So her weapon and her B skill are actually so recent that there's nothing comparable. None of the other B skills you would want to give her. Like, the other options would be Pair Up or Execution Breath, and her B skill is just way better. She does Hush Spectrum. She's giving allies bonuses. She gives Kanto support to allies, and it's got 25 true damage and 15 DR on it. So it's literally just a better version of Pair Up. So yeah, even though it is Hall of Forms, you want to pick up skills that you're just going to have for free, essentially. They're not going to actually be better than her B skill. So I just want to make that clear. Also, her weapon. She's a colorless tome unit, so I mean, look at this list of possible options. There's really nothing there. And her own weapon's already fine as it is, and it's going to get refined. So, yeah, I would say you don't really need to worry about getting an inheritable weapon here. As far as the kit goes, Attack Speed Aria, her best in slot A skill, definitely what you want to go for. And then Firm Kanto Curb, this unit has been a infamously good unit of Firm Kanto Curb usage, because she sets up the ice tiles, and then if you're trying to break the ice tiles, you will be in range of Firm Kanto Curb. So it just works out really well. It's a nice pair and a nice combo to give her. And then Lin Ring just gives her a lot of range, and Logic should be the go-to special for any of these tomes. And then over here, just a different flavor. I have to show this on every unit. Verge of Death and Instruct. Just really, really good. And if you want to use AoEs on her with this, you could, because Verge of Death with the visible stats is pretty nice. But yeah, just another possible option. Micaiah Ring also possible option, so she can go ahead and use an assist and then get another action. So yeah, just some stuff for Robin there. Not as much as other units, because of course her unique skills are already really good. And then finally we have Tharja, who is lucky that she's a red tome, so she gets Teapot, which basically the best inheritable tome, or one of the best. Getting a bonus action off assist on a weapon, especially an inheritable weapon, is just really nice. So we have that. Then you could go for the Byleth Ring, which it's going to turn her into a dancer, essentially, and because her weapon's already giving her a bonus action, should work out really nice. Attack Speed Aria, once again, just these Aria skills are the way to go on these tomes. There is a new B skill, though. What is it called again? Demonic Force, from someone on that Fallen banner. I think it was the Fallen Male Byleth. That B skill is going to be really nice for these tome units. Unfortunately, again, it's not going to be available in this round, so you just want to go for the next best thing. Since this is a support build with Teapot and Byleth Ring, Favor should make sense, and by extension, Instruct should also make sense. So yeah, just one possible build, and then here's a second. This one, we're going for some status support with Shackle and Liberate. So inflict speed and res Shackle on the foes, and then give attack speed Liberate to allies. Not really all that different. It's just a different type of support. Like, this one's giving more so stat support and like true damage support. This one is giving status effect support, like bonuses and debuffs and things like that. So yeah, Tharja's okay. I don't know when she's going to get refined. She's probably going to be the last out of this batch to get refined. So I would say she's probably not really a safe pick, but She is still pretty good. This art is awesome. So if you want to pick her up for that, then be my guest. So yeah, that's basically everything for this batch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would say I would probably not recommend picking up one of these units, but people do like to gamble. It is a gacha game, and I mean, that's basically the whole point of the game, right? Is just press your luck, see how you do. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.